What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the 4 for 4 Philly Fan Podcast. Nick Sirianni just got done his introductory interview of becoming the Eagles head coach, and I'm here to give you guys my immediate reaction and thoughts on the whole thing. Also introducing the defensive coordinator and the offensive coordinator and all the other moves that has happened so far with the Eagles and their coaching staff so far this offseason. Now, before the offseason even started, you fired Jim Schwartz and Doug Peterson. You didn't have an offensive coordinator. Obviously, that was one of the biggest problems with Doug Peterson, is that he would call the plays, and that's pretty much the main reason why he was fired. It was that and because of Carson Wentz. Sirianni, though, looked a little nervous up there. Definitely stuttered a little bit, but it's whatever. I don't really mind that. He answered the questions pretty straightforward. He answered the questions pretty much how I thought he would answer them. With Carson Wentz and Jalen Hurts, you're not going to get a reaction. You're not going to get a immediate response, a definite response to that question. Is Carson Wentz going to be the starting quarterback? Is Jalen Hurts? Is Carson going to be here? You're not going to get those answers. Not just yet. Sirianni literally just got here a couple days ago, and he's a new head coach. He's not going to be able to answer that, and he shouldn't. Now, there was a couple reports yesterday that came out that said that the Eagles do want to keep Jalen Hurts and Carson Wentz this season. They have no plans on moving them in the offseason, which I'm fine with. We don't really know what's going to happen with Carson Wentz. We don't know if he's still 100% down to be the Eagles quarterback moving forward. I like Carson, as you could tell by the jersey. I'm wearing a Carson Wentz jersey. It was just the one that I picked out today. But I like Carson. I am a Carson Wentz dude. I have supported this guy throughout his career. Even last season, I supported him. But you can't really deny the fact that what Jalen Hurts did last year in the 3 or 4 games that he played, he did look like a solid quarterback in the NFL. Where Carson Wentz struggled, Jalen Hurts seemed to succeed. But, again, we really don't know if that's because of Doug. We don't know what, really. Last season was just a monstrosity of an Eagles season, to be quite honest with you guys. It was just not a good season, and here's where we're at now. So you hire Nick Sirianni. Howard Eskin pretty much asks, who's going to be the starting quarterback? Obviously, he cannot give that answer out. He doesn't know. He just got here. The 53-man roster, he said, was going to be Howie Roseman's job, but the game day roster was going to be his job. The 47-man roster. I do like Sirianni, and I said that from the opening gate, out of the gate. I said that I like Sirianni. I like the head coaching hire. I like going young with a head coach. It's kind of the wave now in football. Sean McVay, Matt LaFleur. You got guys that are young head coaches that have succeeded. So I like it. I like Sirianni. I like that he's young. He turns 40 in June. So I like it, all in all. You also have your offensive coordinators, Shane Steichen, and your defensive coordinator, Jonathan Gannon. They were both with him throughout his coaching career, his offensive coordinator career, and with the Colts and with the Chargers, with the quarterbacks. But I like it. Again, he has worked with a lot of quarterbacks in his career. Phillip Rivers, Andrew Luck, Jacoby Brissett. This year, again, Phillip Rivers. He's worked with some good quarterbacks in the NFL. And he has had the quarterback duels, coming to the offseason. He's done this before. I do think that Sirianni is a good coach so far. He hasn't really done anything, but I think he will be a good coach for the Eagles especially. You bring back Jeff Stoutland, the offensive line coach. That was a huge W, in my opinion. The passing game, Kevin Patullo, and your defensive line coach is Tracy Rocker. You also bring in the offensive coordinator from Florida to pretty much be the quarterback's coach. I we knew what the questions were going to be about Sirianni, and that's pretty much what we got. Is Carson Wentz, is Jalen Hurts, and that's pretty much what you got out of all of this. You also got, can you make the playoffs next year? Can you do this? Can you do that? And he's obviously going to say, look, we have some work to do. We have this, you have some roster, organizations to do. This team was a mess last year. And I think that with Sirianni, with this whole head quarterbacking, debacle that happened last year, you're going to probably get it again this year throughout the offseason. But we will have to wait and see, definitely for sure. But I thought all in all, Sirianni did a pretty solid job of his first introductory interview. It's got to be nervous up there. You're talking to Philadelphia beat writers, Philadelphia sports fans are watching. You're going to get nervous. I don't blame the guy. But all in all, I thought he did a pretty good job. A little bit of a rough, start to it. You had Jeffrey Lurie talking for like 30 minutes. It was kind of crazy, honestly. He thanked Deuce Staley, who's now with the Lions. He just pretty much thanked everybody, and so did Sirianni to open up. He also gave a shout-out to Frank Reich. That's pretty much where I really do like this signing, is with Frank Reich. You have a guy that just was mentored, that just mentored our head coach. And, as Eagles fans, a lot of us think that Frank Reich was the help that Carson Wentz needed. You get Carson Wentz, a guy that was just mentored by Frank Reich for an entire season. They made the playoffs. I think that Sirianni, if Carson Wentz is here next year, will help him a lot. I don't think he'll leave him out to dry, kind of like what Doug did this year. That's why I like it a lot. I do really believe that Sirianni is going to help Carson Wentz a lot. And that's what I'm hoping for. Because, again, I really do like Carson Wentz. I think he's a good quarterback. He just struggled a lot last year. He hasn't really spoken to the media at all. He tweeted for the first time in a couple months yesterday about Rodney McLeod's charity. But, we're still going to have to go through this off-season quarterback thing, and it's just going to be torture for the next couple of years. I'm sure of it. I don't think this team is going to be great next year. I think you can sneak in just because of how bad the division actually is. But I'm excited to see what Sirianni has to do with this offensive scheme. As we all know, he was an offensive coordinator in Indianapolis. So I'm excited to see what he has in store for the Eagles this upcoming season. But, with that being said, thank you all so much for tuning in to the 4 for 4 Philly Fan Podcast. I have a live stream going on tonight for the Sixers game against the Timberwolves. It'll be my first play-by-play. I'm going to try to do it. I might do it on my phone, just live stream it. But with that being said, thank you all so much for tuning in. This is your host. Thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And I am out. Peace.